Alright guys, I just wanted to make a quick video and show you some of the extra content that was featured in a classic Capcom game, Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, okay? Now, okay, so you've got your unlockables, and I know this video is laggy. I'm not going to play the game like this. I just want to show some of these extra features. So besides, artwork that you could unlock of the playable characters and enemies and some of the level settings, you've got various artwork based on all these characters. Usually content like this nowadays pretty much would be like a special edition of the game. You might get like an art book or something like that. We've got unlockable costumes. Now, as you can tell, I've got pretty much all of them. We had costumes for all of your playable characters. We're talking multiple costumes for each character. Look at these costumes, dude. This isn't like they just changed the color of their shirt or something. This is totally... these characters are totally different. They've totally changed. And, nowadays in games, especially Capcom games, you have to pay... How much was the Street Fighter Cross Tekken DLC content? What was it, 12 characters? Something like $20 maybe? $15? And you're talking about characters that we've already already played as. Sakura, Blanca, Guy and Cody, Dudley, and then I think there was one other character who was new. One new character. And then you've got a game on PlayStation 2, same company, before microtransactions, before download content. And look, they were giving you this content for free. You had to earn it. You didn't just get it automatically. But look at these playable characters you can play as. Fucking Marvin from Resident Evil 2, for fuck's sake. You can play as a guy that looks just like Hunk. You can play as Ben. Look, it's Ben, the guy from the jail cell from Resident Evil 2. He's in this game. No other Resident Evil game did this. You can tell when you're playing this game, you can tell that Resident Evil 5 took a lot of source from this game. A lot of the co-op features, rescuing your partner. Even Left 4 Dead borrowed so heavily from this game. It's ridiculous. In Left 4 Dead, when your partner goes down, you can pick them back up. But it's done a lot better in Resident Evil Outbreak. When your partner's down on the ground, all you have to do is press A to pick them up, and then, or X rather, and then furthermore, you can carry them around if they're having trouble walking. Like when you go into danger in this game, you stagger, and when you're bleeding, you stagger, and you can carry these people around like that. It's really helpful. Co-op games don't even do that now. So I'm going over some of the extra features right now. We've got, let's see, this is background music, so we don't really need to look at that. And we've got the extra content like, very hard mode and infinity mode. I played the shit out of this game back on the PlayStation 2 on the online network. I actually played it online. I'm going to go right now to my character log. I'm going to go to my network play data. I'm kind of surprised I didn't put more time into this game, honestly, but I know I was playing Final Fantasy 11 back then. It was an MMO. It was the reason I had my PlayStation 2 hard drive. So that could have been a very big contributing factor to why I didn't play this game more. 40 hours just doesn't seem like a lot, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just way more addicted to games now. I look at games like Skyrim and Battlefield 3, games where I've logged like well over 200 hours, Dark Souls. Like, man, 40 hours on this game just seems like nothing. See, now this is stuff that they had on Resident Evil 5. How many times you saved your partner, how many times you were saved. Look at that item exchange. 130 items were given to me, 151 item. No, I received 150 items. I gave out 130. So now we've got our different scenarios. We've got wild things. All right, so let's look. Normal mode. Clear rate, 10 out of 12 times. I mean, how cool is that? How many games really keep track of your information like this in depth, especially in the game menu? I mean, Battlefield 3 has the battle log, but you have to register for a website and all that shit. So I've got a couple of no weapon clears on easy and normal. I beat all the levels on very hard because I have infinity mode unlocked. So there's wild things. Took me 40 minutes on very hard. And we've got underbelly. Underbelly, I think I cleared it every time I played it. If you look there, that's 9 minutes clear time on easy. You can't do that now. You can't beat that level in 9 minutes because the AI is fucking retarded. The AI doesn't do shit. When you start a single player game, you have 3 AI partners. The first one is dead within like the second fucking room you walk into. Another partner will follow you around pretty much the whole game, which is nice because it's like a little extra inventory space for you. And the third one usually stays alive, but you never see him until randomly, like when you access a new area. Maybe you find a key to a new area and you finally walk through and all of a sudden he just fucking shows up like, hey, I'm ready to fucking go through the next area. Where have you been, dude? And then sometimes they show up with like key items randomly. So as you can see, I cleared this game every time online. That's crazy. Never failed. And let's see, there's my very hard clear data. 25 minutes on that. So we've got flashback, 4 out of 6, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5, 1 out of 3. So you get a lot of points for clearing it on very hard. It looks like average about 10,000 points, which you could use to unlock stuff. See, there I got 12,000, but that might have been on my no weapon clear, and 16 minutes. I mean, very hard was really... You can tell I only played it to unlock infinity mode. Look at that, 9 minutes. No weapon, no damage. 9 minutes. That's awesome. You can't even do that in single player. So it looks like I tried it once on normal. Hard, cleared it twice on hard, cleared it once on very hard. I mean, dude, you would get online, you'd get some players that were on the same level as you. And, I mean, dude, the game was so much fun. A lot of people complained about the fact that you couldn't use voice chat in the game. I actually kind of like that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Resident Evil is all about the atmosphere. Okay? Here's the thing, though. You know, it didn't have voice support, but I had my USB keyboard plugged into my PS2. Now, you couldn't type to the players once you were in the game, but before the game started, you were in a lobby. And you could basically work out a strategy with each other and, you know, say, okay, these 2 players are going to go here. They're going to go down this path to get this item, to open this door, or whatever. The next 2 are going to go here. We'll meet up here. I mean, you could basically set up, you know, areas where you can meet up. Dude, it was so much fun. So much fun. And, you know, and you'd sit around waiting for your partner to show up. You're wondering if they're alive or dead or not. Eventually, you know, walking through, you find them. You'll find them as a zombie, and you have to kill them. It was also cool because when you were separated, a lot of times you could hear them. You could hear their gun shooting if they were in a nearby room. You could hear their gun. So that kind of always added to the atmosphere because you hear them shooting and it's like, okay, are they in trouble? Like, do they need help? And you could check your map too and see where the gunshots are coming from. If it's in an adjacent room or above or below you, could check to see where the gunshots are coming from, you know, see if somebody needs help or what. So we've got Elimination Mode. Elimination Mode was cool. It was kind of like Survivor Mode, where you had to run around. There was a set number of enemies on the map, and you basically have to run around and look at that, no weapon, no damage. The whole mode is just running around killing people. That's awesome. You had to kill a set number of enemies. It was really good. It's really fun. But playing it single player just isn't the same. You're by yourself. And then we've got Showdown, which was the boss battle mode. You had to fight all the bosses. And it looks like this is what I played the most. Showdown on very hard. I cleared it 20 out of 25 times. 10,000 points. So I'm assuming I was doing that for points. If I was getting about 10,000 points, it took 5 minutes to clear it. I mean, that's how you unlock all your content right there. So that was Showdown 1. Showdown 2. Yeah, I cleared that once. Showdown 3. Just cleared it to clear it. But I mean, this was the content. I mean, this was PS2, dude. PS2. And there's just so much, there's so much here. And the Resident Evil Outbreak 1 did the same thing. They had all this content. Look at all this artwork. Costumes. You have all the cutscenes you can view. I mean, sound effects, dude. Background music. Man, what a game. What a game. I would kill for this game on PlayStation Network, Xbox Live. Everyone wants it. I don't think it'll happen, but the game is just so much fun. It's even fun single player. I'm gonna do a couple Let's Plays on single player. It's definitely not the same game at all. It's nowhere near the same game as it is online. But it's still a really fun game. It's still Resident Evil on PlayStation 2. I think honestly, like, the Outbreak games were the next step after Resident Evil 3. Code Veronica was okay. It wasn't that good. 3 I haven't played in forever. I can't even remember what that game is like. But 1 and 2 are classics. They always will be. I've played Resident Evil on the PlayStation. I've played it on PC. I've played it on the Nintendo DS. I've played it on the GameCube, the remake. I mean, there's so many different versions of that game. I've played them all. And same with Resident Evil 2. I've played all of those. Honestly, I do like Resident Evil 4 and 5. I thought they're fun games. They're different. It's not the same Resident Evil you're used to. They're definitely different games, but I still had a lot of fun playing Resident Evil 5 online. You know, the single player was okay, but Mercenaries mode, man, Mercenaries mode was the shit. And Mercenaries Reunion totally took it up a notch. They gave you way more weapons with each character, made it a lot crazier. And then the expansions that came out were pretty good too. Lost in Nightmares was okay, but Desperate Escape was really good. I really liked the music in that one. And the content of that was really cool. It was just a really cool feeling where you're just like, you're really like trying to get the fuck out of that place. It's Jill and Josh, and you gotta fucking go. And there's this guys just keep coming, dude, like no matter what. And of course, who can forget Doug? Doug was the shit. So, alright, so that's some of the content for Resident Evil Outbreak File 2. I just wanted to show you guys, you know, Capcom hasn't always been this money-grubbing horror that you see them that you see they are now. I mean, you look at all the download content they release for games. It's a joke that they try to make you pay for some of these modes on Resident Evil 5 and 6, like Versus Mode. I remember I bought that when it came out. I mean, it's just ridiculous, dude. But Outbreak File 2, gonna do some Let's Play now. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks.